Hello friends, welcome to some belly dance combo moves. Makes a nice little mini routine and does a nice workout for the hips and the waist. So our first little combo that we're going to do is short, sharp and simple. Starting in our belly dance stance with a little pelvic tuck. Nice posture, so the chest is lifted but you're not arching, so you're both going up and then you crunch it a little bit inwards so you have a straight spine. Sitting soft a little in the knees so you've got some freedom to move those hips. And our first move is just a snap. So we're going to really squeeze the buttocks, squeeze it up, squeeze it down. So you're really using lovely big juicy glute muscles and a little bit into your thighs. So just doing a few of those to warm it all up. So squeeze up, squeeze down, squeeze up, squeeze down, squeeze up, squeeze down. Just a sharp little move, and with the softness in the knees, it means you've got a little bit of range of movement. And the other thing is, if you really push through the heel as well as tensing the buttock, you can get a good, sharp, strong move. So we're simply on one hip going squeeze up, squeeze down. That's simple. And then we do the other side, squeeze up, squeeze down. Yay! So we'll alternate just to warm it all up. Squeeze up, squeeze down, change, squeeze up, squeeze down, change, squeeze up, squeeze down, change, squeeze up, squeeze down. Squeeze up, squeeze down. So the heel is flat to the floor the whole time with nice and grounded. The movement is entirely your waist and buttock muscles. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Soft in the knees. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Lots of squeezing to be done. And you start to feel it all up your legs. So what we're going to do to shift the weight from one hip to the other, because the thing about when you combine moves, there has to be a logic. There has to be you're sitting your weight into one and therefore it's freeing up the other hip to do the movement. So there has to be a natural flow, a natural connection between the moves. And so if we're going to sharp hip up down, we want to shift the weight, and the way we're going to do that is to do a pelvic tuck, and our weight is all, say, you'll be mirroring me, but say it's your right side. So you sink your weight into your right and squeeze up, squeeze down. Now we're going to tuck our pelvis, keep it tucked, and move your weight into the other leg so you can squeeze up, squeeze down. And then you're going to do the same. So tuck, keep that really crunched in, so use those abdominals, crunch it in, shift the weight to the other hip. Okay, so it's squeeze up, squeeze down, crunch, bring it over, squeeze up, squeeze down, crunch, bring it over, squeeze up, squeeze down, crunch it up, take it over, squeeze up, squeeze down, crunch it up and over. Okay, so I say simple moves, they're still physically challenging to get that kind of roll up and down. The thing with the half roll and the shift, I'm calling this a pelvic roll, is we're not rolling the pelvis entirely. So there's no arching awkwardness in the back. The tuck, it's a tuck and it just comes forward. And when you release to a straight spine. It's up, release, up, release. So you're really pulling in those abs and you're not over tilting. The tilt only comes forward or neutral, up or just neutral. Okay, my darling. So, and also if you're sitting in soft knees, keeping your spine neutral like that is easier than when you're standing straight. So feel nice and grounded, nice straight spine. Remember your posture, because posture actually helps execute the move because everything is aligned. So here we go. Squeeze up, squeeze down, tuck, shift the weight. Squeeze up, squeeze down, tuck, shift the weight. Squeeze up, squeeze down, tuck, shift the weight. Squeeze up, squeeze down, tuck it up, shift the weight. And to make things easier, we're doing it once each side, okay? So it will just simply be up, down, tuck, roll side, up, down, tuck, change side. Now we're going to do some snaps with our shoulders. So bring the heel of the hand down, push down. That helps pin the shoulders down and open, which makes pressing them forward easier. So it helps you to really push down into the heel of the hand, will help push those shoulder heads forward. And so we're just going to do, as we're doing an up down, we're going to do a press, press, shoulder, oh, actually roll and roll. Okay. So putting those 3 moves together. Here we go. Up, down, crunch up, change side. Up, down, crunch up, change side. Press, press, up. Oh, circle, I forgot. It's actually a chest rotation, but you can do a shoulder roll or some kind of rotation or softness for that beat. If a chest rotation is tricky, then just do shoulder roll. Okay, so I'll repeat that. It's up, down, tuck, change side. Up, down, tuck, change side. Press, press, some kind of rotation. We have some music to go with that, so here it is. I'll play it and then we'll actually do the move to it. Up, down, roll it, press, press, up, around. I might put the volume up for you. So here we do the move up, down, shift the weight, up, down, shift the weight, press, press, rotation. Here we go, from the top then. Down, roll, up, down, roll, press, press, rotation. Sorry, it starts quite quickly. We'll do that again because that went quite quickly. Here we go, from the top. Up, down, and rotate. Up, down, and rotate. Press, press, and rotate. Okay, so that's our first part. And the second part that we're going to do is much more voluptuous. So we're going to do a hip raise forward and back, what I call a V hip. So that's when you use your glutes, squeeze up, squeeze down, push back. So we've got our heel raise this time. So it's forward, down, back, down, forward, down, back, down, and that makes a V shape with your hip. Okay, so we're just going to do squeeze up, squeeze down, squeeze back, squeeze down, squeeze up. Now our next movement is going to roll back. So as soon as our hip is up, it's a natural flow to then squeeze it down, around, swoop that hip up into a little circle. So it's up, down, back, down, up, squeeze it around in a little circle until your hips are neutral, soft knees, but with that right heel still raised. So the whole of this part is going to have the right heel raised. And once more, that's squeeze forward, down, back, down, forward, pause, roll it back till you're sitting comfortably. Okay, so that's the first little part of it. And then we're going to add an outside Maya step going to the side, because your hips are neutral, but your heel is raised, so that hip is ready to go. So we're going up, out and down, slide in, up, out and down. And because your hips are all weighted in the travelling side, which to me is my right, but it depends which leg you're using at the moment. Okay, so because all our weight is in that hip, it's almost natural to push into that hip. We're going to bend over in a flat torso, swing the hips to the side and come up. Okay, so that part, in fact, from the top of this particular section, we're going to, from our V shape, V hips, V shape is easier to say, and squeeze up, squeeze down, squeeze back, down, up, roll it around. Now we're travelling up, out and down, slide in, up, out and down, swoop forward, and when you come up, have your other heel raised, so you're now ready to do exactly that all on this hip. So you've come out from here, you've bent forward, swung the weight until that heel comes off the ground and you're ready to squeeze up, down, back, down, up, roll it around into neutral, hip up, out and down, slide in, up, out and down. Now it's quite natural then to bend, swoop those hips and then slide that in, and again we can repeat it all. Squeeze up, down, back, down, up, roll it around to neutral, outside Maya 1, slide it in, outside Maya 2, swoop those hips, flat back, coming up with the heel raised, ready, squeeze up, down, back, down, up, roll it around, outside Maya slide, outside Maya slide, swoop, actually we don't slide it in, and pose. Okay, it's all good in theory, isn't it? But let's try that with some music, okay? So we also, I forgot to mention, we're going to add our up, down, roll it, up, down, roll it, press, press, circle, and then we're going into this next bit. Okay, so we're going to add the first bit first because it comes at the beginning of the music. Up, down, and change side. Up, down, change side. Press, press, rotation. And up, down, back. Roll it around, travel, and swoop it around. Up, down, back, down, up, roll it around. Outside Maya, swoop it around. Up, down, back, down, up, roll it around. Outside Maya, swoop it around. Up, down, back, down, up, roll it around. Outside Maya, swoop it around. And okay, you know, doing things in theory are all very well, but when you actually add the music and the pace kicks in, it's all a lot more hard work. So we'll go through that one more time, and once you think you're more or less getting it, you can just rewind to the beginning and go through it again. So here we are one more time, adding those two parts together. Down and rotate, up, down, rotate, press, press, rotate. Here we go. Up, down, back, down, up, roll around. Maya, slide, Maya, press around and pose. Up, down, back, down, up, roll around. Outside Maya, swoop it around. Again, up, down, back, down, up, roll it around. Outside Maya, swoop it around. One more time. Up, down, back, down, up, swoop it around. Outside Maya, swoop and pose. Woo! Well done if you got that, my friends. And as I said, just practice that one often as you like until it all comes together. And well done. Gosh, I'm out of breath and I've only done about 10 minutes. Well done if you managed that.